So much attention is given to the cast, costumes, action, and special effects of a superhero blockbuster that movie fans have a hard enough time taking in the movie as a whole. That means it's almost impossible to catch all the tiny details, nods to the fans, and comic book Easter eggs slipped in by the cast and crew. But not anymore. Here are Screen Rant's 10 hidden details in superhero movies. Batman vs. Superman. When Zack Snyder announced that his Superman sequel would pit the Man of Steel against Batman, he did it with a speech pulled right out of Frank Miller's famous comic, The Dark Knight Returns. The influences run deep. The first trailers for the Justice League lead-in showed Ben Affleck's Batman lit up by lightning while firing a grapple gun, perfectly recreating the iconic cover art of the graphic novel. After planting a nod to his previous comic book movie 300 and Man of Steel,
"What are you doing, Zod? This is madness."
Zack Snyder went even bigger for the sequel. The sequence involving Superman saving a Russian rocket from explosive launch shows the number 003 on its side. Flip them around and it's literally the biggest 300 Easter egg he could possibly fit into the picture. Guardians of the Galaxy. Audiences never find out exactly how Peter Quill came to pick out his own spaceship, but the orange and blue Milano is destroyed and completely rebuilt over the course of the movie. In case fans were wondering where the name came from, director James Gunn has confirmed that Quill named his ship after actress Alyssa Milano, his childhood crush when he was whisked away from Earth in 1988. It isn't just 80s icons that get referenced in Marvel's space team-up, but their Earthbound heroes too. Even though Iron Man never makes an appearance in the movie, one of his best lines does. When the new Stark Tower is revealed in the Avengers, Tony gives Pepper Potts 12% of the credit.
12%.
An argument can be made for 15.
It doesn't go over so well, and it's the Guardians of the Galaxy who actually explained why a few years later.
12%?
It's barely a concept.
The Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Let's talk business.
When the villain of the movie goes looking to build a new body out of vibranium, he finds a massive batch aboard a beach transport ship in Africa called the Churchill. The name isn't just a nod to the former prime minister, but to Marvel mythology. In the comics, it was Churchill who sent the famous explorer Shackleton to find vibranium in the first place.
Imagine that.
This is one nod to the comics all but the hardcore will miss.
I think our first move should be calling the Avengers.
Ant-Man. After Scott Lang loses his job at Baskin-Robbins, he heads home to the apartment he shares with the rest of his gang. The room is shown to be inside the Milgram Hotel, a name that carries serious weight for comic fans. The building is a clear nod to comic book writer, artist, inker, and editor Al Milgrom, who lent his talents to a number of Marvel titles before taking over as publisher, including the West Coast Avengers. X-Men: Days of Future Past. The movie version of Wolverine may be a different one than comic fans are used to, but the crew on the movie are obviously big fans of the comic book Logan and some of his most iconic stories. When Logan wakes up in his 1970s apartment, it's shown that his love for a brown and yellow costume is because those are two of his favorite colors, judging by the interior. Fans can also spot samurai swords and a painting of Mount Fuji, all nods to his famous Japan Saga storyline. Deadpool. These days, Kevin Feige is best known as the man in charge at Marvel Studios, but he didn't start out building the MCU alone. The producer cut his teeth on other comic book adaptations like Daredevil, Blade Trinity, The Punisher, and X-Men. It earned him some fans in the crew of the Deadpool movie too. The pizza that Wade Wilson eats in one of his first scenes is delivered from famous Feige's Pizzeria. To confirm that Deadpool's solo movie would officially be given an R rating, the studio came up with an amazing way to make the announcement. They arranged an April Fool's Day PG-13 announcement in an interview with Extra's Mario Lopez. The host played along, getting killed by the movie's star. But it wasn't his only gag. In the actual movie, Ryan Reynolds' hero can be seen intently reading from Lopez's memoir, Just Between Us. The worlds of Fox's X-Men and Marvel's Avengers are completely divided, but that doesn't stop a guy like Deadpool from referencing his MCU friends. The biggest example is the movie's final fight, which takes place on a massive dry-docked aircraft carrier, but it's only in the final shots where audiences can see that it's actually a helicarrier, but just different enough from the version used by S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Avengers movies. Those are just a handful of the details that prove people working behind the scenes are even bigger fans than the ones watching the finished movies. What are some of your favorite easy-to-miss Easter eggs in superhero movies? Let us know where to find them in the comments, and remember to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.